today I'm going to be doing a review video on the LORAC Pro palette. I've been wanting this palette for the longest time and I finally got my hands on it the other day and I'm so excited. Like, the colours in this palette is literally just me in a palette. Like, every single colour in here I'll use and I love so much. I'm also going to insert like a little clip of me doing this eye makeup look which I used for this palette. Like, I used quite a lot of the colours, mostly the shimmery ones, but I also used a few of the matte ones as well, just to show you what colours do you use to get this look. So I'm going to do some swatches of all the colours and tell you my favourites and then my like not so much favourites, but basically I love everything in the whole palette. And yeah, I'm going to tell you where I got it and the price, etc. So yeah. Okay, so when it arrived it came in a box like this, and it's just like a black sparkly box with some like starry lights here and then just the name. And the thing I loved about this palette the most is that it comes with a little sample of the behind the scenes eye primer from LORAC as well, and I really like the primer. I used the primer today and I used it yesterday and my eye makeup lasted for so long. The primer would remind you a little bit of the Urban Decay Naked primer, the original one, just that kind of like really kind of smooth consistency, and it just makes your eyelids feel really soft before applying your shadows and stuff. So I'd recommend getting the primer as well. I'm not too sure whether you can just buy the palette on its own for cheaper without the primer, but every one that I've seen online it had the primer included, so maybe that's just like a little freebie you get with the palette or something like that, but I have no idea. And then inside it comes with this like red lining inside the box, which is also really nice. So as I said, this is just the little primer. It's pretty much like a big size. Like, I'm sure this would probably last me for a really long time because you only need the tiniest little bit. And yeah, I think it's, well, how many mils is it? 5.5 grams, so it's 19 fluid ounces. So it's quite a lot for like a little sample size, so yeah. And then you open up the box and then this is what the palette looks like. Compared to the Naked palette, it's a little bit, it's pretty much the same size, only it's a little bit taller. As you can see, this is the LORAC one right here and then this is the Naked palette, so it's a little bit bigger. But the only thing is it's a lot slimmer, so it's a lot more kind of easy to hold and stuff. Like, it's not as chunky and stuff, and it would be really good for travelling. And yeah, so it's really good size. You can easily just put it in your suitcase and it feels really sturdy as well. Like, it doesn't feel like it would break or anything. It comes with 16 shades and the top layer of the colours right here are all matte and then the bottom ones are all shimmer colours. And I really love palettes which include matte and shimmers because it means then you can just do your whole eye look and then you don't need to go for like a different palette or like a single eyeshadow for your transition colour, because obviously you want to use a matte colour for your transition colour so everything blends nicely. I just love how this palette has 8 matte shades and then also 8 shimmery shades as well. So I got my palette off the US Amazon, and I did a lot of research because I know there's a lot of fake ones going around, but I made sure that I didn't buy a fake one because there's like fake ones for like £20 and stuff, which obviously just by looking at the price you'd obviously know it's fake because you could literally not buy this palette for £20. Like, it's not real. And there's loads of videos here on YouTube which does comparisons between the real one and then also the fake one, and you can tell by a mile away the fake ones. Like, the packaging is a lot worse, like the writing isn't as shiny, the colours aren't just nowhere near as pigmented and stuff. So I got my palette off the US Amazon website and it worked out about £48, which I know is really expensive, but honestly this is probably one of my new favourite palettes, and I'm not just saying that, but literally this palette is phenomenal. I think it beats actually my Naked palette, and I don't know what's kept me so long to get this, but it's just so amazing. There's also a LORAC 2 palette and then also a Mega palette, but if you're like me and you have blue eyes or just like really warm colours to make your eyes pop and stuff, I recommend this one because the 2 is more cool tone shades and then the Mega is basically just like an array of different ones. But if you just really like cool tone shades to make your eyes pop, I'd recommend this one. The reason why I got it off the US website is because it worked out a lot cheaper. I kind of saved myself about £15 because on the UK Amazon website it cost about, like, some people were wanting £67 and stuff for it, and I was like, hell no, I would never pay that much. And then there was others looking at about 57, but on the US website it's obviously in dollars, which means it's going to be cheaper and then you get charged taxes. But even when all that's added up, it still worked out cheaper because you'd be paying like £58 on the UK website and then you have to pay like another £12 for packaging and stuff, so it worked out a lot cheaper just to do it through the US website. So I will leave a link to it in the below bar if you want to go check it out, because my palette is 100% real, so it obviously just directs you to the real website, to the real palette, and then also for a really good price as well. So I will definitely leave the link down in the below bar. So overall I literally love this palette. All of the colours are so super pigmented. They feel so buttery. They actually feel like cream eyeshadows when you're like doing a swatch of them. Like, they feel so creamy and buttery and they blend amazingly. Like, I was using this colour here, Taupe, in my crease today, and it just blends so nicely. Like, even if you have really crappy blending brushes, I'd say these colours would still blend even nicely because it's just the colours and like the texture of them, they're just so smooth and buttery. They are amazing. The palette also comes with a big mirror here as well, and the overall presentation of the palette is also really nice. I love how it's just the 2 rows, you've got a mirror, and it's just so slim and like portable, like it's really good. Although the only thing which I don't really like about the palette is the feeling of it. Like I like the feeling of it and stuff, like it feels really luxury, but the only problem is it just gets your fingerprints over it already. Like it's the same kind of feeling, that rubberized kind of texture like the NARS kind of packaging, so it means then like when you have like powdery fingers or like makeup on your fingers, it just sticks to it and it's so hard to get off. Other than that, like it doesn't really matter about the packaging, but it's like what's inside which counts, which is amazing. So I'll show you a close-up of all the colours first of all. Okay, so here's like a little close-up of all the colours. As you can tell, there's a range of different matte colours, and then there's also some shimmer, some lighter shimmer colours, and then also some darker colours as well. So that's pretty much like a little overview of all the colours in the palette. Within this palette is Taupe, which is this kind of like warm kind of brown colour. All the colours are really warm, but this one in particular is really warm, and this is a taupe shade, which is perfect for like a transition colour. I also love Mauve, Sable and Espresso. They're really, really nice. The Mauve colour is like a really nice kind of warm purpley, and Sable is basically like a darker version of Taupe, and Espresso is like a dark brown, which is really good for defining the outer corner. So for the shimmery shades, I really love this colour Gold, which is really pigmented, and then also Light Bronze, which is the colour next to it, which is just a really nice colour for like all over the lid. And the main reason why I really wanted this palette was because of this shade here called Garnet, and I have this on my lower lash line, and it's like a really nice red kind of burnt brick red kind of colour. It's really, really nice. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this little kind of review video on the LORAC Pro palette, and I will have all the information and stuff that I mentioned down in the below bar, as well as the link to actually get this if you're interested. So let me know if you want me to do any other review videos, because they're so handy and they're so informative, and they can literally just depend on like what the person thinks about them and whether you want to buy them or not. So I really love this palette and I would recommend it to anyone. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!